We got a little news about our homestead, a little update, if you will. Word from the county. Hang out for a minute, I'll tell you about it. So the good news, we hear from the county that we've got our house plans approved. The house is going to sit right here, this general area. Not pinpointed yet, but out of all the 40 acres, pinpointed here. So we originally drew up house plans, kind of sketched on a piece of paper, and gave them to my cousin, who's an architect, and he made them look really nice. Opened our eyes to some better ideas since we're building our own house to make it look nice. Let the light in, let the view so you can sit down and see out. Really did a great job. So we got him back from him and we sent him to a engineer and had the plans engineered. Made sure that they were going to work the way my cousin drew them up. He made a couple changes, nothing big. Took them from there to the county. And the engineer works, his building, his company is in the same county that we live in. So he works with this county a lot. He knows what they want. And he draws a really good house plan. He drew out he gave us 3 copies of the house plan and 2 copies of like a building material list or something else that goes with it. I don't know a whole lot about it. I know it tells me how to build the house because I'm going to build the house myself as much as possible. So we took him to the county and it took about 3 weeks to get him back. But we got him back and there's a couple minor changes, mostly where the smoke detectors go. Not a big deal. There's half a dozen smoke detectors in this house. It's going to be, the footprint of the house is 48 by 24. Not a super big house. It's going to have a 12 by 12 roof pitch with, what do you call that? I can't even think of the name of it. It has the windows up in the top. It'll come to me here in a minute. It's going to have a big window across the top for the second floor, but it's not a complete second floor. It's more like a loft area. If it was a complete second floor, I think it would be somewhere close to 2,100 square feet, which is way more than we want. We don't want a house that big. I don't want to have to clean a house that big. But there's going to be areas in the second floor that you can look down into the first floor. The bedrooms will be the kids' bedrooms will be at the ends of the second floor. The master bedroom will be on the ground level. It's going to sit on a slab foundation. And I've been warned about this. Oh, you live in a cold climate. You pour a slab. It's going to be cold. Your feet are going to freeze all winter long. And then I hear from other people that design insulated slabs, and they say it's fine. It doesn't have any effect. So I'm sure it has to do with the way the slab is poured and what you do underneath it to insulate it. The reason we want to go with a slab is because we want concrete floors. I don't want carpet. It's going to be really hard to clean up here because it's going to get muddy in the wintertime. And we have dogs and we let our dogs inside. So carpet's kind of out of the question. Hardwood floor, tile, laminate, or linoleum, or a laminate hardwood floor. Those all have a lifespan. And it requires you to go through and redo the carpet or tile or linoleum every, I'd say, 10 years. And tile, I guess, has a little bit longer lifespan. But if you happen to drop something and break a tile 10 years down the road, chances of getting that particular tile are pretty slim. So I don't want to have to deal with that. I want a very low maintenance house. We moved out here for a simple life. I don't want to have to worry about stuff. Concrete floor, I'm going to get a concrete contractor to help me pour it and have it glass smooth. Just like, say, a Home Depot or a Lowe's floor, the concrete's just smooth. I do want to stain it like a brown color or a symmetrical gray color. I know when you pour concrete, it tends to fade in and out, different colors. It's not perfectly uniform. So we will do something to make it look nice. But we won't have to worry about replacing it. It's not going to wear out. If we do a laminate wood floor, you've got to worry about it getting wet and like delaminating and looking crusty. Concrete floor, we can take a mop to it, throw a bunch of water down, mop it up, clean it up real good, and not have to worry about it. So that's the reason for the slab. As far as the rest of the house, I think by the time it's finished, it's going to be about 1,700 square feet. Some of the areas in the top middle, the loft area, you're going to be able to look down onto the bottom floor, and that's going to let the air flow up and down from first floor to second floor so that the house stays more of a uniform temperature. Now, a lot of these ideas, having that second floor loft area, be able to look down on the first floor, that comes straight from my cousin. We had no idea. We didn't even think about that. The gable windows? No. Shoot, I can't think of the name of those windows. There's a lot of different styles of it. The windows come out of the roof. Whatever. I'm sure I can look it up on the internet real quick if I was inside. But having those windows up there, I hadn't thought about either. I don't want to put skylights on my roof because skylights to me are a hole in your roof waiting to leak. I had 3 skylights in the last house I lived in. Lived there for 17 years. Had to go up there. We had metal roof on it, just like we're going to put on this house. You had to go up there every 3 to 4 years and make sure it was sealed before wintertime came. Because you go up there and you look at it, and the black tar stuff that you put on the edge of it to seal it would be cracked. Even though it says it's supposed to last 5 to 10 years or 15 years. If we didn't do it every 4, maybe 5 years at the most, guarantee there'd be a leak inside when a good heavy rain came by. So I don't really like skylights. I don't like holes in my roof of any sort. But that led, with our first house plans, led to the second floor being kind of dark. With these windows we're going to put up there, it's going to let the light in. And hopefully we can follow the dimensions that my cousin put out there. And the roof overhang will be such that in the summertime, when the sun is further over our head, the sun won't come in those windows up top. The eave will keep the sun out. But in the wintertime, when the sun is more on the horizon, it will let the sun in to heat that upstairs, help heat the house. A lot of great ideas come from my cousin. I love him to death. He made my house go from plain, simple, probably dark house to a well-lit house with a lot of views of the areas, like down here, that we want to see. We have deer walk through here daily. We had 7 deer walking through yesterday morning. It was beautiful. You look out your window and you see 7 deer 30 feet from you grazing on the straw that we put out and going over the weeds and just walking through. No big deal. So that's a little update on our homestead. We've got the house plans back, approved. I think it's too late in the year to pour a slab, but I'm going to line up a couple concrete guys, and hopefully first thing next spring, I can get this slab formed up and get it poured and start tilting walls up. I really want to be out of this camper situation by next winter. I want to be in my house by, I'd say, this time next winter. Whether the house is complete, different story. Probably won't be. But dried in so we can stay in there would be a bonus. I've never built a house. I've never done anything like this. Hey, look at that. Got a water bottle from somewhere. So it's going to take me a while to build this house. But I've built a garage before, I poured concrete before, and the house plans we got from the engineer, I told him what I was doing. I told him my experience level, and he drew them out really nice for me. Really good guy. Anyways, if you guys want to hang out and watch this homestead grow, hit that subscribe button if you haven't already. Hit the like button to help our channel get out there, and leave a comment. Say hello. Until next time, guys, go make something.